Adam is strengthening your position by raising cash for the company. If you think Adam sabotaged anything, it's almost certain you're too stupid to understand what's actually going on. You know what? Before we even get into this, what happened? AMC reported earnings last night. Let's talk about this first. 1 hour after market close, third quarter earnings results came out on a very positive note. And don't worry, we're going to get into the charts. The summary of the third quarter 2023 earnings results: total revenue for AMC grew by 45.2% compared to Q3 2022 to $1.405.9 million. Net earnings grew by $239.2 million to $12.3 million compared to a net loss of $226.9 million in Q3 2022. Diluted earnings loss per share improved by $2.28 to 8 cents compared to $2.20 in Q3 2022. Adjusted EBITDA improved by $206.6 million to $193.7 million compared to $12.9 million in Q3 2022. Net cash provided by operating activities improved by $289.5 million to $65.9 million compared to Q3 2022. And non-GAAP operating cash generated was $108.7 million, an improvement of $287.9 million compared to Q3 2022. Finally, cash and cash equivalents as of September 30th, 2023 was $729.7 million. Adam Aron said, in quotes, "It is quite satisfying for AMC to report impressively favorable earnings for the third quarter of 2023, significantly above consensus and market expectations." Well, following that up, he then came out and said, boom, here's more dilution. Here's more stock being issued. Here's more shareholder value being deteriorated, even after the amazing beat on these earnings. Now, a lot of you guys are pissed off, and I don't blame you. The prospectus says up to $350 million. What is actually happening? Well, like I said in the beginning, quoting this tweet that says basically you're stupid if you think Adam Aron is sabotaging anything. The only reason I brought this up at the beginning of the video is there is a 50-50 split of people who like Adam and who don't, and I guess it depends on the way you look at it. And I want to cover potential outcomes, because why would he do this? Why this timing? Why, when they're thriving and doing so well, did he need to dilute? So an honest, genuine question, and shout out to Dade Murphy for posting this on Twitter: why couldn't this filing wait until the market digested the good news of both the writer's strike ending and the great Q3, allowing AMC to raise equity at a higher valuation? We had great news, and now we're down $2 off of this filing. Couldn't have waited. Well, here's one perspective. He announces when stock is way higher, then the price will plummet, then you'll yell and scream, why? Announce now and they can only bring it down a little bit, especially with the help of all the good news. Didn't sell anything yet, just the ability to sell when they need. So someone says, he doesn't raise at a higher value because they can bring it down to $8 anyway, so might as well dilute when it's close to $8 because that's what they're going to bring it down to anyway. Why lose more, right? That goes back to the first tweet. This basically, the whole tweet says right here, AMC's price action has nothing to do with supply and demand. You're buying into a fluctuating float, and if you believe in a squeeze, it doesn't matter the value that you actually purchase the shares at. Or another perspective, let's go back to 2021. Shorts can't close at any price. Adam Aron can raise billions. Why wait? Blow out earnings, let market makers drop price, and let retail buy every dip. Use the money for acquisitions while we sit on piles of cash and Taylor Swift. I applaud this move. Or then you have the other side. He's a corrupt dude, and he's giving the hedge funds, the short sellers, a way out. On a more positive note, AMC has $1 billion in cash now, the $700 million from earnings, and the $350 million share offering. Now let me know which way you guys are looking at it. AMC is down 10% on the dot right now, trading at $9.08. Was choppy during earnings, sold off, climbed back up, and let's be honest, right? Even with the good earnings, without this dilution coming, AMC would not have done too well. It would have opened flat, or it would have opened down still, right? It came down and then came back up after hours pre-market, and then it would have opened flat or sold off anyway, but instead we got this flush down. Obviously, I've said time and time again, the way the timing Adam Aron drops things is very fishy, and in no way, shape, or form am I cock riding this guy like anybody else. But taking a look at the chart, this flush down was way too perfect, right? We broke below the support at $10.34, came down and bounced exactly off the trend line at $8.04. This was the trend line we were fighting before the breakout. So we are still in a decent move. Nothing's invalidated. right? Now we're just holding support at that 860 and fighting that resistance at that $9 level. All we are is reset back here. We're just reset before this run. We got reset back about a month. If you guys are buying more into this, let me know in the comments down below. You might be absolutely insane because I feel like I'm already way over leveraged in AMC, but shout out to you if you are. And what do you think about Adam Aaron in this scenario? What do you think about earnings, the dilution, etc., etc.? One thing I don't like is that Adam Aaron put out a tweet this morning and he didn't cover the dilution. He didn't say, hey, we diluted, shareholders relax because of this, because of that. No, he came out and said, hey guys, a new trailer is out for Renaissance, filmed by Beyonce. This is going to be awesome. Like, we don't give a fuck. I don't like that. Finally, some more positive news. The strike is finally over. The writer's strike is over. So we had a good earnings, a writing strike over. And the only negative thing was the price action and the dilution. And also, of course, these FUD articles. AMC reports stunning Q3 numbers. Here's why Wall Street is unimpressed with AMC stock. No one really cares about investor place. They're going to the bottom of the barrel anyway. And they're going to put out these articles no matter what. More negative news. Gary Gensler implies that FTX can operate again, but under new leadership. AMC tokens might be back on the menu. Touching on some numbers, 1.8 million shares available to borrow on AMC. Short sale restriction is on because we dropped more than 10%, which it doesn't really mean much. We are losing badly on the options chain now, so now you're getting that gamma ramp to the downside. And all of these people who bet calls, I told you guys, be careful doing this. Market makers are collecting a ton of premium now. Also, I can't wait to see how many short exempts are for on the 9th. You will see that this drop was clearly planned and coordinated to push the stock down. Now, before we get into GameStop, guys, I want to take a quick break to tell you to get in the Discord. The link is right under the video and pinned in the top comments. I'm in there on the daily. If you press the Discord link, you can watch the trailer. It's 30 seconds long. There's options trading alerts in there. I'm in there on the daily. We talk stocks all day long with the most amazing people. So whether you're a beginner or advanced trader, this is the place to go. And also, if you're not in any Discords, I don't blame you. I used to be that way. But this one's $2 and you guys will not regret it. Also, guys, if you want up to 16 free stocks, take that into account for a second. 16 stocks for free. All you have to do is sign up using my link for Moomoo and make a deposit. It takes 2 minutes out of your day at most. So go do that. Plus your money's insured in there. And the uninvested cash that sits in your account, say you're waiting for a trade for a snipe, that's earning 5%. So there's no reason not to do that. If anything, there's no reason to have a savings account. Might as well just have a Moomoo. Overall, that link is in the top of the description and pinned in the top of comments. GameStop down 1.73%, trading at $13.05. Also, flush down, got rejected at this level right around $13.35, came down and touched perfectly on that trend line just like AMC. So now they are trading in tandem once again, which makes me a little worried that that 1010 isn't going to come to fruition. However, it's still not invalidated by that 1460 level. I can't predict catalysts. This is one thing you guys have to know. Yes, my callouts can be on point unless there is some sort of catalyst. The technicals can't predict catalysts. Sometimes they can. If you can clearly see a bull channel, you may expect a breakout, vice versa. Overall, GameStop is right in between both of these levels, and I'm not playing calls or puts at the moment. 700,000 shares available to borrow for GameStop, losing on the options chain as well. Short exempts still stacking up on GameStop. As for the S&P 500, trading at 437.68, up 0.1% on the day. In this rising channel, usually a bearish sign, especially with fading volume, so look for a retracement on the SPY. However, we also just filled the gap right here that we have been waiting to get filled. So two good things on the SPY. It looks like it's getting a little bit weaker, setting up for a pullback, and also filled the gap. So once we get that pullback, I will be more than happy to enter back into calls on the S&P 500. Couple things to close out the video. Bank of Russia is creating a digital payment system. Here comes CBDCs. This is major development. But on top of that, HSBC, one of the largest banks in the world, who also launched a digital assets custody service for institutional clients in particular, right? In particular. For all guys, that is what I got for you for today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed watching or found value out of the video. Make sure to hit the like button on your way out, subscribe to the channel, have post notifications on, get in the Discord, get your free stocks from Moomoo by signing up and making a deposit. I love you all. Ottery Socks out.